Welcome to Channel 394 News. Today we have a new story on AI. From making resumes to writing your class papers, you've probably heard of the many capabilities of AI, and specifically of ChatGPT, launched by company OpenAI of last year. Although there is no doubt that ChatGPT has provided many benefits, there are also risks, not just of the ones of your professor catching you using it, but of the risks of the labor powering it. Despite being called artificial intelligence, ChatGPT still relies on human labor, and the humans behind it have been found to be exploited and overworked. A time investigation revealed that OpenAI employed Kenyan laborers to work for less than $2 an hour USD. These workers were forced to operate under extreme conditions to monitor and protect ChatGPT users from harmful and explicit content. If we examine the issue from a deontological standpoint, we can see that the moral right takes precedence over the good. Technological advancement does not need to come at the cost of human exploitation where workers are subject to inhumane conditions for little pay. The workers who are keeping ChatGPT safe from explicit and harmful content are not safe themselves. Today, we have an expert economist joining us. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Exploring the utilitarian viewpoint, one could make a few arguments for the current situation based on the overall benefit to society from the enhanced AI compared to the cost of labor exploitation. They believe that the key objective is to prioritize the greatest level of benefit from an outcome rather than the cost associated with attaining it. The benefits of improving AI behavior, which impacts a vast number of users, outweighs the potential harm experienced by a relatively small number of laborers. The job itself isn't specialized either, creating a supply surplus. In order to reach a state which is most efficient and to balance out the surplus, lower wages limits the influx of these workers. In the end, the supply and demand mechanism creates an environment where only workers that are willing to work for lower wages are selected. The selected wage level would in turn be a willing choice made by the worker and the most optimal solution for Sama, purely based on market forces.
However, sometimes the market forces are unable to provide fair outcomes. The workers behind AI deserve to get paid more. If we consider the diminishing marginal utility of income, we can increase utility greatly because these low-wage workers value additional income much higher than the rich, which could actually lead to another Pareto-efficient outcome. Furthermore, the company is subject to negative external shocks to the press, of ultimately affecting shareholder value. This also ensures high company turnover, and the AI company has been found to suppress vocal workers, which will make hiring in the long term difficult.
The bottom line is utilitarianism, conflict resolutions, and even market forces often involve ethical trade-offs. While utilitarianism offers a perspective that focuses on societal well-being, there is no justification from any ethical theory that suits this agenda. Sometimes there are situations that can't be rationalized down to the greater good. When factors such as lives and the well-being of people comes into play, a singular theory can't nor should suffice as justification, as there is nearly always a better alternative. Even deontology, which would be the more apt choice, could result in severe conflicts between the fulfillment of regulating AI and bringing about fair conditions. It is therefore clear to see that a greater level of ethical consideration must be set in stone when these conflicts are evaluated. A more realistic version of rule utilitarianism and Rawls' theory, for example, may offer a fair and realistic compromise that achieves the end goal with an ethical approach, yet even this combination would have its own nuances to address the issues that were previously raised. And that's fine. The bottom line is while these theories offer an insight into moral consideration, no singular theory can or should be put in place to define the conditions of someone's life, and it is up to us to adapt.